Hey guys, welcome to the workbench tonight on Sunday. It is a train night, but not running train night. Going over showing some older locomotives I have that I pulled out of storage today. And there's a light that I bought that has all these flexible lights, and it is a very bright light, and my camera does not like it, which is why you see a black line right here. So when I turn it off, you can see the line go away. So it does work and it is helpful, but it's just too much for the camera to handle. So give me a second here. That's the first thing I wanted to show you. So I'm gonna undo this. See if we can't get this to undo real quick here. It's a good light. It's one of those 50,000 hour lights. This is what it is. It gives me a lot of light. It gets warm though. So we're just gonna put it away, save it for a later day, and that kind of thing. Put in a regular bulb here and see what that will do. See, that's the difference. Just a regular 60 watt Philip bulb, and that is what we get. So I took the casing off of the lamp so we get more light, and it does seem to help a little bit. So tonight we're gonna go into a few locomotives I ran tonight. Well, first one right here we'll get into in a minute, but this is the other one I ran. This is it's a Pennsylvania. Sorry. This is a Pennsylvania. And look at this is the I'm gonna take this bag away and I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it better. So here is the shell. It is a really neat piece. It does run. I'm not sure what this is. I got this on off an eBay. It's a Pennsylvania. I'm really not, honestly, I really don't know the style of this diesel. I really don't. If you happen to know, please let me know in the comments. I like to know the history behind them, so I like to look it up and just kind of read, a little bit about them, so I have more knowledge. It's missing one horn here, has the other horn here. The light does run. I was running in this one tonight, but what's so interesting about it is this. It has this really big motor. It's an older one. Has a light right here. And then while we're at it, I'm gonna back off just a tad. Here we go. This set here is pretty much identical. This and this is an AB set. It's close to that, and I'll show you why. Because if you look, you have the same deep barrel swivel action. But this one goes to the Santa Fe. This is the B car. I can power the B car. All I need is the basically, I could almost the hardware from this can go into this because it's basically identically the same up to this point. It's identical. You could put them right just like that, and you could transfer. If you look at everything about it, everything about it is exactly the same except for the extension here. So I could potentially put that motor and into here and all of it, the switched frames, and it would work. Be a powered B unit, and I may do that, but it's DC, you know. I mean, it is what it is. So this is the B car. It's got the flying Santa Fe wing emblem there. Again, I'm not certain what model type this is. These are some older ones I happened to come across, and I wasn't 100% sure with what the title of them was when I bought them. But again, if you know these model types, just leave it down in the comments so I can learn what they are, and I'd love to look up on them. Because these two models are different. They are different. They are similar but different. That's a Pennsylvania unit, and this is a Santa Fe unit. And on this one, this little metal goes right over. It goes over the thing like that, and the wire just sits in there, just like that. On this, and then you have the Pennsylvania shell that goes on like that. This is the Santa Fe unit. Let's pull the top off of that, and I'll show you the difference. This one, unfortunately, looks like it has some of that zinc pest. Either that or someone dropped it. So I will be looking for another frame for this. And the frames are different. They are totally different frames. In if you see on the back right here, compared to this one's all flat. This one has these little grooves right here and everything else. It broke right at the base. So they appear to be the same motor, maybe just maybe a year. I mean, because this whole front looks the same, except for the high rises on them. So I really don't know how I would fix this to use this frame. I have never messed with it. If it's zinc pest on the metal, then it's just going to keep wearing at the metal and breaking anyway, and it's not no good. But this is just a newer clip to hold it in. This one has a weight. This one's bolted in. I believe this one's bolted in for the motor too, but because this back half is loose, it's pulling away from the dry shaft away, so it's going to create problems. And right now, it doesn't even run. I put it on the track and I couldn't get nothing out of it, except I think I might have got a little bit of a hum to it. So I think the motor works. And these are so different. I'm afraid to touch them because they're really they're the older style, and I've never taken them apart to really look at them. And the wiring on them are just so old that I can redo the solder joint, but I'm still learning to do that efficiently. So I didn't pay a lot for these, so if they get, I don't really want, they're historical locomotives, so I don't really want to damage them any more than they are until I'm ready to learn. So the problem with that is that if I wait, then they get more problematic, and then they probably won't run. So it's kind of what it is, I guess. But Anyway, I wanted to show you these. I've had these in storage in my box, and again, I don't know the style or the model that they are, other than it's a Santa Fe in Pennsylvania, and they're very similar, as you can see, just slightly different. But these were projects that I put away, and I'm just not certain how I want to go about fixing these ones just yet. But if you happen to know, this one runs good. It's just a little slow. I wish I could figure out a way to clean them. I can take the wheels off. I can do all that, clean that out. But as far as the motor, I really am unfamiliar with it. So I'm gonna have to tread lightly on that portion of it. So because I've never really, opened it up to get the commentator on these. So I really don't want to mess them up. So I'm gonna learn some more before I even tackle these ones. But everything that I've learned is pretty good. And I'm proud to say that these locomotives have history, and all that fun stuff. So there we go. Come on. Spin around, put this back together real quick. Okay, there we go. Went the wrong way with it. So put that back on there like that, and put this down like that. There we go. There's that beauty right there. So this is Pennsylvania locomotive 5772. It's an older style, like I said. I really don't know the generation of this one. I have a book. I just don't have access to it. So I can't exactly look up what it actually is, in a sense. So it'll be fun to read up on it and figure out some of the history on them. I mean, these are cool little locomotives. They're for DC. Again, this one runs. It just has the wheels are dirty. I gotta run it on my track tonight, and it does run. I put it at full power on my DC digital DCS 52 for Digitrax, and it runs. And it's just at full power. It's these things have power, and it just wasn't running to the point where I know it can. So still potential though. And this one I hope to get running. Figure out a way to fix the base of this and go inside and clean it. As soon as I know how to get to the commutator on these and I figure it out, push come to shove on this one. Being the base is broke, I could just make it a sacrificial piece and learn it and all that. But these are the only two that I have that are like this, though. So I can't just look up for parts unless I go on eBay, and right now that's not an option. So anyway, that's those two. Set these up here out of the way. Then the other thing I have that I pulled out of storage is I have a locomotive. It runs, but it needs probably a little bit of cleaning. I have several different ones of these. It's a steam locomotive. Get this out of the box here. I have several of these. I have different ones of these. And I think I have like in all three of these. One's in parts, one's that's getting put back together because it needs wiring. This one runs. I ran it tonight. The only problem with this one is on the track, the way I have my track, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But this one will run good backwards. For whatever reason, when it pushes it backwards, it pushes down on the tender, and then the tender makes contact to the track better, and it runs faster. But when it pulls forward, it doesn't. So what I'm thinking of doing is, if I can, I don't know if it's just a tender or what's going on, but I'm considering adding some weights to the tender if I can, because to take the it's just a matter of undoing the screw here to disconnect the two, and then I can open up the tender, I believe, because you got screws here and here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to open up the inside chassis, and in there I can add weight and then put it all back together. Just add weight onto it, not a lot, but just enough to where it will weigh this down just a little bit more. I'm gonna wait to do that, and the reason why is because all the track that you've seen me use so far is easy track. Both N scale and HO scale is going to flex track, and I will show you that. And right now I have a case of this stuff right here. It's Midwest Models. It's N scale cork roadbed, a full pack of it. I bought it a couple years ago, and I'm going to use some of it to do this until I can have a place to do a full proper layout and all that fun stuff. So what I tend to do is, get some of these going. Right now I have DC, and I'm going to put switches on. I'm working on the wiring for the tracks, because if I want to run one in DC and the other in DCC, I can't do that right now, because I have my Digitrax control module that has to be for either DC or DCC. So if I want to run either or, like say I want to run HO DC and N scale DCC, I can't do that. I have to have different controllers. So the only way that I'm going to be able to do that is, at the moment, I would have to go down and get another Digitrax system, so I can wire the N scale separate from the HO. That way I can run the way that I want. And that's just too much, because I want to be able to, I'd have to, wire it totally different, and I don't have the space for that. So that's why when I run, I right now, the most efficient way for me to do it is to just either run a DC or run a DCC locomotive, because if I run one or the other, I can run both tracks at the same time. So I can run my big boy or my Challenger at the same time as I run because that's DC and DCC. My Atherns that I have are both DC and DCC, so it doesn't matter which way I run it. I can run both, and that's why when I bought my newer ones, I wanted both because if I switch over and I want to run in DC, or that I want to switch over and run DCC, everything changes for our sound and everything. But I can still run them and run the other track. The one thing that I am going to do is I'm going to do a power switch in between the N scale and HO, so that there's a link. The power will go to both tracks, but it will automatically know which locomotive is what, because I got to use JMRI is going to be my program to get this everything set up. And I'll probably will do like a program track here on my desk, because I got my computer right here, and then I got to run everything the way that I need to get all that set up. But yes, this one runs. It's complete set. It works. Just got to do a couple things to it, and I'm gonna wait to do anything to it until I get my HO track set up for flex track. And when I do the flex track, it's gonna be fun, because once it's all down and together, I'll be doing it where the outsides are going to be soldered together, and work our way up the ladder and make sure everything is good. That way there's no loss of power. I don't like the rail joiners that they have out there. Even the easy track stuff is temperamental, because you got some plates go like this, some plates that actually go like this, and if they get moved around, bent, warped, they're not consistent connection with each other, and if it moves while running, you have issues. For the most part, easy track doesn't really have many problems. It's just, all the stuff I have is the older stuff that's already been worn and used, and so I'm starting fresh. I'm going to do flex track and get that all done. And I believe it's either 30 inches or 36-inch pieces, and I've ordered five of each, which should be more than enough. In fact, I might have to break down and cut the rail and then put joiners and then solder together. Minimal contact. So all that fun stuff will come down the line, and then amongst all my other projects, this is just one of them that are good. So I got a little bit of time to get things running. There's no rush on this stuff. I have plenty of locomotives that I can run in DC, and I just got my latest set from Bly. I will probably not be ordering any more locomotives from Broadway Limited. It's not my preferred. I've for what micro trains and Kato and Athearn, it seems if I buy them new, those are where the markets are going to be for me. Because I've waited 3-4 years for them to get them out, and it's just constantly pushing things back. And I know that to a degree that happens for manufacturers. And there's been a big issue with tariffs getting, these trains are not made here in the United States. They're made over in China. So they got to get them over here after they're made, and all of that. So, but, and so I will most likely be buying, maybe not new, but some newer models. By the time I get to upgrade and look good for me, I'll be upgrading to stuff that's already been used, and it's still in good shape, or new stock, or new old stock that's in good shape still, and it's running, and train shows and all that kind of stuff is where I typically buy my stuff. Haven't been to a train show in a few years, but you know, they have good stuff if you can get out there. And ending the rest of tonight, I do have some other locomotives in here that are steam. They're probably going to be for parts. I got this AT and SF engine number 34. It's kind of a beefy guy. That's kind of neat. I have it. It powers up, but it doesn't run like it should. I mean, it doesn't have all the drivers on it. I mean, you probably can run it, but it won't run very well. So this all came in as parts. Then I got this Chattanooga tender. And then I have this guy, which I will have to figure out what went with this. I don't know if this actually. I'm thinking when I got it, I'm thinking that this Chattanooga. Which it doesn't seem to be the right one because it goes like this. On here, the screw port is broken, but I mean, I probably could still attach it, and it does pick up power because on here it has a guide wheel right here. So it's got power. You know, there's a magnet right in here. So, and all the gears. So this is probably, I don't really know how well these are all put together or whatever. But I think it's possible that this one actually goes like that to that. It's possible. I don't know. And then again, this one right here is my other, like I said, I had several of them. This is my other 99. And everything else. So it doesn't move on the track. It needs cleaning, and I mean, you can look at it and I gotta go in and clean it and get all the old gunk out and do that. So it's there's stuff in there. I'm not exactly sure, but I gotta lubricate it up, and I mean, it's not bad. As you can see, it can move a little bit, but it needs cleaning. The wheels are carboned. It looks like on this wheel here, if you can see it, there's gunk in there, and that gunk is a wheel traction. So it looks like the back wheels get wheel traction. So I do have packs of traction tires for HO and N scale somewhere. So when I go and do that, I'll be happy to yeah, see, there's a piece of the tire that just came off. So this will get gone through. They're very easy to go through. The worst part about them is if they get is right here. If that all comes out, they can be a pain in the butt. But other than that, I don't intend to take that apart. I just maybe lubricate it, clean around it, and take this off, lubricate the gears, get the shell off, check the commutator, check all that, make sure it's all good, and then maybe try to get it run again. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but there is a lot of dirt on everything on this locomotive, and even on the bottom and on this side as well. Well, this side's not as bad, but it's still bad. So it's just a matter of cleaning it up and doing justice by it. And then I'll have two 99s that will run. And I think I will be okay when I match them up to something with another tender, because just because it's a 99, 99s run all over everything. But what I really would like to try to do is get this one running. This has a motor in it, because this one has wires in it, and there's a motor in it. But I've never seen. See, I've never seen. If you can see it, I've never seen a bottom like that. Have you guys seen a bottom like that? I've never seen a steam locomotive have something like that. That's just new to me. Maybe it has a function. I don't know. But this here says it's. Let's see if I can find a name on the bottom of this here. Usually they have a name on the plate here. And you can see right here, there's a bunch of white there, and there's a bunch of white back here. So I don't know what the history on this is. I don't know. You know, I think that might be zinc pest on this. I'm assuming. So it could be. I don't know. But the front has a lot of damage to it. So someone must have took this off the track and everything else. I mean, I don't even have the proper thing from here on either side. So it's still a neat little piece, though. Might try to get it to run, and you know. But the nice thing about these guys, these old locomotives, if you're in an era where you're running mostly diesel engines, buy some steamies, rust them up a bit, and put them on your layout. Doesn't matter if they run or not. You can create a good scene with them as they are there, you know, in storage, or they are resting away from not being ran because they're outdated. So do yourself a favor. You can find them pretty reasonable on eBay. Go on and find you one or two. Put them in the yard. Make a yard cemetery or whatever, and just have fun with it. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much about it for tonight. I wanted to share with you guys kind of what I found and pulled out of storage. And these were projects to be worked on at some point. And again, I will work on them. I did bring my N-scale set home. It's not over here, but it's a full N-scale set I bought brand new. A lot like my HO set that I have under my staircase in storage there. It's just I'm not going to be working on them anytime soon with the holidays coming up, but I wanted to get them home out of my storage so that they're not in the cold environment like they were, and I can protect them a little easier being here. My home stays fairly warm, and it makes it easier for me to take care of them when I have them here and all that fun stuff. So we will do our best to figure out these ones, maybe try to get it fixed and running again. The other one right here, let's back out a little bit here. This one runs, this one does not run. I'm hoping to get it to run at the project. It's an older one, so we'll see. Once I can figure out what type it is, I might be able to find it on eBay and get a few more. That way I can, you know, repair them and get them running again. That's the idea. I want to be able to run some of the older stuff as well as some of the newer. I don't really have an era picked out for my layout. It's probably going to be late steam into the diesel era, because I have all new stuff that they brought out for N-scale and for steam and for HO. It's the same thing, so it'll probably be late diesel. I do have the I think I have the later version of the Challenger, which was an oil burner, and I believe that I have the 4014 as the restored version of. It's the restored version of the Big Boy. So, you know, the Challenger is still out there. The Big Boy is obviously out there. So those I can run today. They run them. They're not used on main lines anymore, like with heavy work, but they do show them and run them in excursions, like they do. So we'll see how it all goes. So yeah, it's going to be fantasy layout. It's just going to be an industrial fantasy layout, basically. And it's going to be a lot of industry and how it gets into port and then goes from the port out onto ships or trucks, wherever it goes. But yes, that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. We'll have a good week. Hope your weekend was good. And maybe later this week I'll get on and do my structure. We are not really any further along on it at the moment. I'm working on getting some smokestacks on it, and I got on all that other stuff. So. We'll deal with that when it comes, as I said, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun. I enjoy looking at them and working on them and trying to bring back some of the older stuff as much as possible. I do fairly well at building the models, so I'm starting to get into doing the trains themselves. And we're gonna do good with that. Just a matter of learning everything I need to do. I have rooftop vents that I got, and I gotta find them. If I don't find them, I'm gonna order some more. I know I have them somewhere. They may be in a box that I stuck into storage somewhere, but I'm not gonna go dig that out. But later on down the road, I'll add them if I need to. And we'll deal with it at that time of placing it on the layout. But I will be adding some other details to this. I don't know yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to add a couple of lights to this or not. Maybe just decoratively, not powered, just to give some depth to it, a look to it. And I have a door here and here. I thought about maybe putting a light here, and then I have a door here and here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 regular doors there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got garage, and then 4 garage doors, or 3 garage doors. So, so we'll see how it all goes. I still working with that kind of thing, but I have smokestacks for like the wood stoves for this, because being it is an older building. But I also know that some of them have like they have stacks for like spinning stacks, stuff like that. So this is probably the 50s to the 70s building, kind of time frame, I guess. The later years of steam and the start of the diesels, where they just took off and started doing better than the steam, and they start slowly pushing out the steam locomotives as diesels took over and did more power and work on those. So there's a lot of variety and range and with that, there's a lot you can do and implement, and it's just overwhelming to think about how much you can really do. And without a plan, you're going to have a hard time. And I have a direction, and I'm going to shoot that direction, and it's going to come out how it's going to come out, you know. So most people build three to five different layouts throughout their lifetime that are into trains, and the more they build them and tear them down, they learn, and they grow, and they do better on the next one because they've learned some things, and it gets better and better and better and better. And for me, watching all you that do them do really well, and I've learned a lot. It's just I'm gonna have to go back and watch those stuff again when I get to do it, because you know I need a new refresher on what not to do and what to do. So we will get to that point at some point, and to make my life easier down the road, I know new things come out all the time, but as I go, I collect things I think I'll use, and I'm just going to organize it all in my workshop. That way I know what I have, and I can just go out and that way I can just go and build, and I don't have to go spend all that money at that point. It doesn't seem right to just wait, and then all of a sudden now I got to come up, I want to build, and I don't have the money to do it because I get what I want. Well, in this hobby you can do pretty much anything on a limited budget, and it still look good if you know how to apply your technique and your skill, which I'm working on right now. So that's going to save me down the road when the time comes. So with that, we're going to call it a night. Well, guys, we'll see you later this week, maybe, depending on how the week goes. And then I'm hoping that we can do a structure video of some kind. Maybe not even if it's the current yard building. I have the other build. Right here. I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet, but I've been wanting to work on it, which means I got to do all the windows, and yeah, it's enough to keep me busy. So have a good night. Hope you have all had a good weekend, and be safe this week as we move another week closer towards the holidays. Times get crazy, and just be safe. We'll see you next time.